This is the Sleep Story Temple, where stories become medicine and ancient wisdom carries you into deep rest. Breathe gently and let us begin tonight's journey. Get comfortable, close your eyes, and allow your breath to become soft and slow. Night gathers like a shawl around a quiet courtyard. Somewhere a reed flute begins to remember a song it learned from the wind. Love speaks first as longing, not a wound, but a compass, pointing you home by the shape of its ache. Let the shoulders fall from their guard. Let the jaw loosen. Let the heart sit where it has wanted to sit all day. Sufis say the friend is near, nearer than your next breath, nearer than the thought that names it. Imagine a lantern cupped by patient hands. The flame is small, the warmth generous. You don't have to feed it. You have to stop blowing on it. What you seek is seeking you. Listen for that truth in the hush between heartbeats. If a thought arrives, give it tea and let it finish. If a feeling rises, let it be weather across a wide plain. You are the plain, not the weather. Love is the bridge between you and everything. Step onto it without hurry. It will carry you even if your steps are light and drowsy. Tonight, we will walk with Rumi's fire and the turning prayer. We will remember by repeating the simplest names of mercy. We will let stories open doors we forgot were ours. Nothing to prove, nothing to fix, only the ease of being held. When you are ready, place your attention in the heart as if laying down a small bird. Let the breath move softly around it. Let the night lean close. The gate is open because it never learned to close. We begin. Lantern light rests on stone, and somewhere a reed flute tests a few soft notes, as if the night were a cup it wished to warm. In this hush, love is not a topic. It is a temperature. The room hasn't changed, yet it is suddenly inhabitable, the way winter becomes a home when one small stove begins to glow. Longing arrives first, and longing is not a flaw. It is the reed remembering the bed it was cut from, a homesickness that points more accurately than any map. Hold the ache the way you hold a letter in a familiar hand. Don't analyze the script. Let the paper warm in your palms until the message appears as ease. The moth and the candle look foolish from a distance, soft wings courting flame. Up close, the lesson is exact. To know light, you must move nearer than theory allows. Rumi does not argue you into the fire. He pulls a chair closer to the hearth and waits while the cold abandons its plans. Love is a baker. We arrive as dough, habit, and memory. a pinch of salt from old tears, a little yeast from moments of true kindness. The oven is not punishment. It is transformation. Heat does not consume. It finishes. Set your life on fire is not spectacle. It is consenting to the right oven, the one that lifts you into food the world can share. Roses open with thorns nearby, because tenderness needs good edges. The thorn is not a threat. It is a vow that beauty be handled awake. If a prick draws a bead of blood, let it teach proportion. Let it make your hands precise without hardening your heart. Where there is ruin, there is hope for a treasure. Rumi is not romantic about collapse. He is practical about thresholds. When ceilings break, stars enter. When walls crack, a vine finds light. Do not rebuild in a hurry. Sit among the plaster dust and notice the new wind. Much of what we call loss is room being made for a doorway we kept walking past. He whispers, "Be melting snow. Wash yourself of yourself." This is not erasure. It is softening. When frost loosens, water remembers a wiser path. Flow does not mean collapse. It means obedience to gravity's kindness. Downhill toward the sea, where names are kept safely, and nobody is asked to be exceptional to belong. Love changes how attention works. Before the flame, attention is busy shopping for an identity it can trust. Near the flame, attention becomes precise and kind. A cup is set down where it will not wobble. A sentence is shortened to fit truth. A tool is returned so mourning hands can find it without complaint. Devotion leaves traces by usefulness, not by display. The heart has its own scholarship, and Rumi lets it lead. You do not graduate by solving a riddle. You graduate when the body quietly behaves, as if union were obvious. The shoulders retire from auditioning. The breath forgets to seek permission. You notice you are gentler with strangers, not because a rule commanded it, but because separation has less evidence to offer. Remembrance is simple and close. On the inhale, a soft calling. On the exhale, a soft reply. Names like Allah, Hu, are less syllables than textures that fit in the mouth and teach the tongue to rest. If names feel far, keep the movement. Gather, release. Call, answer. Dhikr is a lullaby. The soul sings to itself until the chest remembers ease. Turning is prayer in motion. One hand open to receive, one hand open to give, the heart as hinge, the crown rising without stiffness. Even a small sway at the pillow keeps the geometry true. nothing kept by gripping, everything kept by flowing. You discover that what remains yours is precisely what moves through you, with less noise. The lovers in these stories are not fleeing earth. Majnun sees Layla in every face and is called mad. Yet this is sanity. Love awake enough to recognize itself in all directions. The baker is the friend. The neighbor at the well is the friend. The weary guard at the gate is the friend. You don't need to declare this aloud. Let your hands act as if it were true. Smaller harshnesses soften. Smaller dignities multiply. A village remembers how to be a village. Surrender, feared by pride, turns warm in Rumi's mouth. It is not collapse or erasure. It is consent to be carried by what has held you all along. Fana melts the brittle mask. Baka is the abiding that remains when melting is done. In ordinary language, set down the argument that keeps you separate and remain as warmth that makes union practical. Anger arrives, and love does not scold you for weather. It pours you into a larger sky so the storm has somewhere to travel without tearing the house. Grief arrives, and love does not command you to cheer up. It sits beside grief and grants it privacy until the work is done. Fear arrives, and love picks up a lamp, showing the part of the room that never learned how to be threatened. If you need proof that the fire is real, look for small changes. Apology becomes quick and light. Boundaries become clear without spikes. The mouth advertises less. The hands wipe the counter. The eyes meet other eyes without turning the gaze into a test. These are not medals. They are the honest furniture of a room made livable by warmth. Rumi's wisdom unfolds slowly, like baking bread. Don't rush your spiritual growth. Trust the process. Love, patient, and trusting, knows its own timing. Love often speaks in simple truths. What you seek is seeking you. Let these be guiding thoughts, not grand declarations. Keep the bridge of love, even if you forget the words. Step with faith, as if the destination awaits you. When challenges arise, remember the rose. Beauty, attention, and softness endure with honesty. This isn't a limitation, but a way for tenderness to survive. As the world quiets, let your breathing align with nature. Inhale the call. Exhale the reply. Your body remembers this song. Sway gently, finding your inner axis. Before the turning prayer, imagine a hearth in your chest. A generous fire, simple, honest, sufficient. It eases tension, deepens breath. Let it guide your days with humility and care. When you are ready, step toward the space where movement becomes remembrance. One palm up, one palm down. Receive, give. Let the heart be the still center that lets everything else turn. Nothing to prove, nothing to hoard. Only the science of warmth. Become what you were seeking by allowing what you already are. The courtyard keeps its hush, and the reed flute thins to a silver thread. Somewhere, cloth moves against cloth, and you sense, before you see, a body turning. Sema is the name the lovers give to this hour in motion. It is not performance. It is a remembering enacted with the whole frame, a yes spoken by the spine, a vow traced in slow circles on the floor. The axis is love. The orbit is praise. When turning is true, the world does not blur. It clarifies, the way stars sharpen on a cold night when the air steadies. Every garment in the old ceremony teaches. The tall felt hat is the tombstone of the small self, an agreement to let the argument end. The white skirt is the shroud of what is finished, pride, posturing, the need to be seen. But beneath symbol, there is tenderness, the palm that faces upward, ready to receive what the sky keeps offering. The palm that faces downward, ready to give the same offering to the earth and to any life that needs it. Between those two hands, a current runs. You are not the source and not the owner. You are the conduit made faithful by consent. Turning begins before you stand. It begins with consenting to an axis that will not be located in muscle. Let the center live behind the breastbone, soft and exact as a small lamp. Imagine the crown rising not by effort, but by invitation, as if a breeze were lifting a thread. Imagine the feet learning a quiet circle under you, as a boat learns the small curve of a harbor. Even in bed, the geometry can be kept. The shoulder becomes the earth hand. The free palm rests, open, as the sky hand. Breath sets the tempo, a long receiving, a long giving, with no ledger kept between them. Sema is entry, not escape. You turn to meet the world. The head tilts to the heart. Listening leads the step, and the foot kisses the ground with a short prayer for steadiness. What was a room becomes a compass, a body, a silent bell. Begin small. If seated, let turning be an inner circle of breath around the heart. If standing, the right foot pivots, the left travels, a quiet signature on the floor. Eyes soften, the jaw forgets, shoulders hang like patient curtains. Dizziness is the mind arriving late. return to the lamp behind the breastbone. Sufi turning is more than circles traced on stone. It's a willingness to be rotated by love through daily chores without insisting on old straight lines. The sink becomes a station of praise, the stair a spiraling ascent. In conversation, an upturned hand receives, a downturned hand gives help. Receive, give. The axis holds. The orbit becomes humane. Great teachers value fidelity over speed. 2 careful steps, breath-led and lamp-lit, can refine an hour more than hurried movement, borrowing endurance from the universal flow. This practice offers mercy for all bodies. Knees can remain still, hands teaching. A quickening heart can sway gently like a tree in the wind. Eyes overwhelmed by images can close, placing the compass within. The essence is never spectacle, but the relationship. Sky hand receiving, earth hand giving, lamp steady, breath honoring the contract. Some nights, the turn is as subtle as a thought. Lying on your side, the world rolls through you like a tide. Your breath widens, and you sense, without proof, that your being extends beyond edges. You are the space where turning happens. In this knowing, muscles relax, habits disarm, sharp edges soften, and sleep finds its resting place. Sema teaches humility through subtle corrections. A gentle foot, a released breath, an inward gaze prioritizing the inner lamp. The friend seeks accuracy, right hands, open heart, honest breath, from which excellence naturally flows. They say the dervish turns until turning and being turned are one, signifying intimate union, not absence. The lamp within remains steady, making boundaries transparent for love's passage, like a violin's shape, for song, not exclusion. Embrace sorrow at the earth hand, returning it to the ground for composting. Receive joy at the sky hand without clutching, like fleeting rain. Turning reveals the difference between holding and clinging, a lesson learned with tidal patience. Let a candle's steady flame teach a lesson. Fulfill your nature without striving. Your body's turning can be gentle devotion. After practice, close palms at the heart. Stand in stillness. Notice the world meeting you as you stop leaning away. Carry this geometry into daily tasks. Turning is the hinge, not the highlight, opening to a life handled with the friends, taught accuracy and warmth. Tonight, if sleep finds you while the room is still turning in the quiet theater of your chest, let it. The axis will keep itself. The hands will open in dreams to receive and to give. Somewhere the reed will continue its single line, stitched to your breathing by a thread older than worry. In that music, even stillness is a kind of whirl, and rest is the devotion that asks for nothing and gives everything it knows how to give. Night has learned your breathing. The courtyard is a soft room, and the reed keeps its simple melody like a seam in the dark. Here the practice is not effortful. It is memory. Dhikr means remembrance, not a new ornament for the mind, but an old name returning to the mouth, the way a bird returns to a familiar branch without thinking about flight. What we remember is not an idea. We remember nearness. We remember that the friend does not arrive. The friend is discovered. Start with your breath, letting it be ordinary. Inhale a quiet calling. Exhale a quiet reply. If the names feel near, whisper Ya on the inhale, Hu on the exhale, the reach and the being. Or Ya Rahman on the in-breath, Ya Rahim on the out, compassion arriving and abiding. Your body understands before your mind. Don't count yet. Taste each name. Allah is broad. Hu slips like a river. Rahman is abundant. Rahim, intimate. Let the taste be your teacher. Once familiar, kindly count. Use a tasbih or your hand, touching each finger bone, 3 bones each, 12 stations. 3 cycles make 36. Another completes 48. The goal isn't a sacred number, but to give your body a reason to stay, a soft leash for attention. When the mind clouds, let remembrance soften. A name need not be loud to be true. Whisper it inwardly. Sometimes, honest dhikr is simply breath aligned with kindness. Inhale peace, exhale giving. The goal isn't forced feeling, but to keep the door open for what's already present. Sufis practice. Sema, devotional hearing without music. Sit and widen your attention to near sounds. Fabric, a distant tick. Then far sounds. The outside hush, a passing car. Don't choose favorites. Let all sounds arrive and pass. When the mind hunts a sound, release it. Listening is a moving dhikr. The world recites itself, and your heart recognizes it. Hearing becomes praise without judgment. Include the heart as a sense. With each quiet inhale, imagine a warm space behind the breastbone, like a match struck in a lamp. On the exhale, let the warmth spread. If resistance occurs, skip and return. Remembrance is a gentle blanket, not a tight rule. Soon, the body welcomes this climate, feeling at ease. Some people like a written helper, a couplet they can touch with the eyes while the breath does its work. Choose something brief enough to fit between heartbeats. What you seek is seeking you. Return to the root. The root returns to you. No place without the face. Read once at the start, then let the words dissolve. Dhikr is not memorization. It is circulation. Meaning becomes blood warm only when it moves. When heaviness weighs on you, breathe slowly. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6 or 8, 5 times. This calms the mind, signaling the beloved's arrival. Do not shut out sorrow. Offer it a quiet place. It will pass sooner in company. Welcome joy too, letting it simply be. The heart holds both, steadied by remembrance. Dhikr. Trust the heart's subtle centers. Lataif. If you feel a stirring at the brow, a kindness in the belly, or a loosening in the throat, simply acknowledge it. Welcoming the visit is more important than naming the place. Let remembrance weave into daily actions. You are the pure. When washing hands, you are the opener. When opening a door, you are the gentle. When setting down a cup, these small alignments keep the heart's compass true amidst life's tasks. Sometimes language is too crowded, and the most faithful dhikr is a picture. Picture a desert before dawn, stars gathered, cold, honest on the skin. A single tent lamp throws a circle. You walk to it and do not knock. Inside is not an image of God. No image can bear that weight, but the atmosphere the beloved makes. Welcome without examination. Sit there. Breathe there. If a name floats up, receive it. If silence arrives instead, honor it. Silence is a drum the heart knows how to hear. There is also a craft to ending practice well. Do not rise suddenly from kindness as if it were a task completed. Lay one palm over the other at the heart and notice the warmth travel between skin and skin. Whisper a small thanks that needs no audience. Then dedicate the remainder to anyone who could use it tonight. The tired nurse walking a last hallway. The child between fevers. The old neighbor who sleeps light. What is remembered expands by being shared. As sleep nears, let dhikr become subtle. Names can ride breath without syllables, like meaning on tide. Inhale, heart found. Exhale, heart held. Inhale, mercy arrives. Exhale, mercy abides. Allow dreams to borrow the practice, they'll return it. If awake, begin lightly. The friend values the courage to start, not the number of starts. For guidance, prioritize softness over volume, honesty over quantity. 5 sincere breaths outweigh 500 distracted ones. Keep posture simple, neck long, jaw easy, shoulders relaxed. If strong emotions arise, slow down. Make the exhale longest. If you feel nothing, don't judge. Good seeds sprout under snow. Rumi taught that remembrance reciprocates. Gentle return brings greater mercy. The door you thought you were opening was already ajar. Dhikr replaces heavy audits with a light census of gifts, even releasing the need to count. Carry 3 practices into tomorrow. Ya, Hu, breath couplets upon waking. Finger rosary for 12 counts on a commute. And Sema in place for 10 heartbeats in the afternoon. Listening wide to near, far, and silence, letting the field cleanse you. These practices are light enough for busy hours and strong enough to maintain warmth. When we revisit stories, they will be more permeable, for remembrance has thinned the walls. Lovers and seekers will draw closer. Their errors will teach without shame, their courage warm without boast. For now, let breath continue its call and answer. Let the names, or their holding silence, work on what grips you. Transformation is occurring even if unfelt, like snow melting from the bottom up. Rest here. The reed's faint line is trustworthy. Rooms become home when someone remembers. If you forget, begin again. The friend isn't judging your ledger, but trimming your lamp. We will move to ancient tales of longing and recognition, where the beloved wears many faces in deserts and cities. Until then, breathe and be breathed. Remember and be remembered, beloved and at rest. The night listens the way a friend listens, without hurry, without a plan. In that listening, stories arrive. They do not shout from a pulpit. They sit beside you and warm your hands. Sufi tales are like that. They carry the fragrance of kitchens and markets, deserts and courtyards, and they smuggle wisdom in baskets woven from ordinary life. Hear them as you would hear a lullaby, not to analyze, but to be soothed toward what is true. The first story belongs to the reed. Once, it was a green stalk in a bright bed, speaking in rustles to its neighbors, drinking river light. Then a hand cut it and hollowed its center, scraped it clean, pierced it with small doors, and placed it to a human mouth. From that day, the reed sang a beautiful complaint. It remembers the bed it came from and weeps in melodies that tug the heart toward its source. When you hear the neigh, you are hearing the honesty of separation and the compass of longing. The lesson is kind. Do not despise your ache. The hollowing was not punishment. It was preparation. The holes are not wounds. They are doors for breath to make music. What was taken makes room for what carries you home. Another tale speaks in water. A drop lay on a leaf at dawn, round and trembling, proud of its clarity and afraid of its smallness. The sun lifted, the air warmed, the drop slid to the edge and fell, terrified, into a vast blue body that received it without splash. For a long, bright instant, it knew itself as ocean. No border, no loneliness, no need to prove. Then a breeze came, lifted a haze of droplets back into the sky, and the drop, if you can call it that, became cloud, then rain, then river, then sea again, where in all this was the self under threat. The drop was not erased. It was fulfilled. Union in these stories isn't a disappearance. It's a right size, small when small serves, oceanic when oceanic is true. Majnun's profound love for Layla transcended mere appearance, teaching that true love illuminates a deeper beauty. Similarly, Rabia's radical devotion aimed to inspire love for the divine alone, free from the desire for reward or fear of punishment, advocating for pure, unbargained action. Both figures highlight a transformative, unconditional approach to love and life. Shams of Tabriz appears like a wind that rearranges furniture. Rumi was a scholar with halls of students, his mouth full of honeyed commentary. Shams asked him a question that cannot be answered with footnotes. Some say they locked eyes in a courtyard, and the world tilted. Some say a book fell into a fountain, and Rumi saw ink dissolve into water, meaning into being. However it happened, the effect is clear. The tidy room of Rumi's learning collapsed into a sky of experience. He danced, he sang, he cooked, he became bread and gave himself away warm. If a teacher like Shams ever visits you, by face, by sentence, by event, do not mourn the furniture. Bless the sky. There is more room to live. Bayezid tells a story of humility. For 30 years I sought God, he said. And when I looked carefully, I found that in truth, God was the seeker, and I the sought. The shape of the tail is a bow. We spend so much wind chasing a door, only to discover it opening inward from the other side. Remembrance remembers you. Devotion finds you. This is not passivity. It is relief from the strain of thinking you must carry both lover and love. There is a tale of a dervish who watered a rose bush faithfully through a season of thorns and no petals. The neighbors laughed, and he watered. The summer flared. He watered. The autumn cooled. He watered. In winter, when the branches were bare, a single rose opened in moonlight. No reason, no season, just a soft refusal of rules for the sake of beauty. The dervish did not pluck it. He brought a bowl so the bush could drink more easily. The teaching is patient. Devotion is not an investment instrument. It is a way to keep hands gentle regardless of outcome. When petals come, let them. When they do not, let your care be enough. Another lover brought a pebble to the sea each morning, saying, "This is how much I love you today," and threw it into windows that could not be counted. For years, he did this, until one dawn, he reached into his pouch and found it empty. He panicked. No pebble, no proof. Then the horizon widened inside him, and he laughed. There is no need for pebbles when the shore itself is a confession. Practices are good. They train the arms of love. But sometimes, love outgrows the need to measure itself. If you wake one day and the old counting cannot hold you, bow and let the tide speak. A merchant asked a saint for a way to keep his heart clear in the market's noise. The saint handed him a clay cup and said, "Carry this brimful through the bazaar, and do not spill." The merchant returned with a steady surface. "What did you see?" asked the saint. "Only the cup," said the merchant. "Good," said the saint. "Now carry the same cup tomorrow, and notice one kindness." On the second day, the merchant saw a boy share bread with a stray dog and felt his chest widen. The third day, he saw a woman forgive a rude customer with a clean smile and felt his jaw loosen. He returned again and again until the market changed without changing. Focus is a cup. Kindness fills it. Together, they make a sanctuary that travels. One evening, a woman complained to the friend, "I am divided. A part of me wants you. A part wants sleep, safety, old habits, the familiar." In a dream, she was shown a courtyard where two gardeners tended one tree. One watered, one cut. The tree suffered neither thirst nor wildness and bore fruit that tasted of both freedom and care. She woke knowing her conflict wasn't a flaw. It was a collaboration waiting to be blessed. Your cautious part is not your enemy. Your longing part is not reckless. Love assigns them work and thanks them for it. A scholar, proud of his prayers, chided a singing beggar. The beggar, whirling, replied, "I have been at prayer since dawn, master. Only my direction turns." Troubled, the scholar later understood, forms are boats, sacred for carrying us, but stagnant boats become museums. The friend prefers travel. When asked for his path's essence, a saint said, "I keep a small shop. I buy truth at any price and sell comfort only when it heals." Pressed, he added, "I sweep the doorway. I greet whoever appears. I do not haggle the poor." This plain story saves lives. If you want a practice that endures, open a shop at your threshold and keep these hours. Greet, sweep, tell the truth kindly, let go. Even sharp tales have soft endings. Al-Hallaj, crying, "I am the real," was condemned. Led away, he sought forgiveness for those who misunderstood, then forgave himself for frightening them. The gentle moral: do not court scandal, court gentleness. If your joy could bruise a village, choose a quieter street. A lamp needs no tower to be true. There's always a child in these stories. He asks, "Where is God?" The teacher points to his chest. Too small, then the sky. Too far. The teacher pours water into a cup. The child drinks and smiles. Just right. The friend often answers with something you can hold. Drink that answer. As night deepens and the reed flute finds a lower note, let these stories lie beside you like warm stones. They demand no belief, only a small honesty. Where do you ache? Where have you been hollowed? Where do you feel like a drop afraid of the ocean, or a reed afraid of silence? Let the tale sit with that place. The medicine will be proportionate. Sometimes a sentence travels through your day like a quiet guest. Sometimes an image returns when you need a hand. Sometimes it is sleep itself, arriving because the heart has been told it belongs. If you seek a thread to hold, the reed sings because it was hollowed. I will not hate my openness. The drop is not lost in the ocean. It learns its right size. Love is not a bargain with heaven. It is a way of handling cups on earth. Teachers come like wind. I will bless the sky when the furniture shifts. Devotion is steady, even when petals delay. I will water. And when the old counting can't contain me, I will let the tide keep time. Soon we will approach union. The melting of the tight mask and the abiding that remains. We will not force a doctrine. We will let surrender behave like a loosening jaw, a breath that lengthens without orders, a room that fits. Until then, rest in the stories. Let their doors remain open while you sleep. The friend knows every house in this village and walks by softly, checking the latches, setting the lamps low. If you wake in the night and need a line, borrow Majnun's. Look through my eyes, then close your own and see with the heart that learned how to listen. The room has grown simple. The reed keeps a low note that feels more like breath than music, and the lantern has settled into a steady halo. This is the right climate for speaking of union. Not a spectacular union that throws lightning, but the ordinary kind that begins when the jaw loosens and the heart admits it is tired of guarding the door. Surrender in the Sufi way is like that, less a collapse than a consent. You agree to be carried by what has carried you all along. The small self is clever and loyal. It learned how to plan, protect, and negotiate, and we thank it for its service. But there comes a night when the ledger it keeps grows heavier than the life it protects. Union begins when you set the ledger down. The hand that clutched the pencil opens and discovers it remembers another skill: how to bless, how to touch without weighing, how to rest on the table like a quiet bird. You do not lose yourself. You lose the tightness around yourself. Rumi speaks of fana, melting, and baka, remaining. Fana is the softening of the separate self, ending the need for constant defense. Baka is the abiding, a spacious, unafraid state, like the sky. These are practical, not mystical. Unclench, and keep showing up with unclenched hands. Union clarifies edges. It doesn't erase them. Love with good boundaries becomes trustworthy, like levees guiding a river. In union, harm feels like self-harm. Care is natural, and no is used kindly, so yes stays true. Surrender is a long exhale, letting go of bargaining with life, agreeing to be loved even when unfinished. This isn't laziness, but the soil for honest change. Fear polishes, love ripens, ambition reorients. Keep craft, drop vanity. Keep diligence, drop the need to impress. Union repurposes. Strength, protecting what's living. Sleep, care, and saying yes or no without counting. Your posture in the marketplace shifts. Attention is brimful, not for show, but because spilling feels wasteful. You look up, greet more, and your speech shortens and sweetens. You sell truth and offer comfort only when it heals. Union leaves a small, consistent, clean trace. Surrender corrects loneliness. The drop no longer fears the ocean. In union, you become right-sized, humble when needed, oceanic when true. Love adjusts you to the moment. When sorrow visits, union gives it a chair, not a crown. You host it. When anger visits, union takes it to the yard to be weathered. You don't rehearse speeches. When joy arrives, union removes the stage. Enjoyment deepens. Some fear surrender makes them passive. The opposite is true. Action from union is clean and timely, not trying to prove identity. You do the helpful thing, say the caring sentence, and stop when a word would be mere decoration. Bring union to daily mechanics. Set a cup down gently, return a tool for another, answer messages without seeking admiration. This frees energy previously spent on armor. Ethics become light, native to union. You feel harm before making a rule. Feel care before making a speech. Apology is prompt. Gratitude is given freely. Reliability becomes inherent. Union teaches time. One step, one breath, one kindness. Instead of grand vows, keep modest promises well. Speak softly. Return what you borrow. Leave a space better. Prayer's tone changes. Less pleading, more presence and listening. Receive a name like rain, quiet like shade. Deep surrender is often a kind yes to silence, letting yourself be held without commentary. The fear of vanishing proves false. You become more available. Decisions cost less friction. Sleep arrives sooner. Your face returns to ordinary kindness. Union makes you usable, not rare. For those worried about boundaries, union trains tenderness to keep edges honest. Say no without a spike. Leave without salting the earth. Love deeply, but don't rescue others from consequences. Union refines discernment. In conflict, widen by one breath. Return to the shared aim, state it, then offer one clean next step. Let others shine, keep no ledger. Harvest useful grain from blame. Let praise pass through. Keep working. Work is union's cathedral. Near sleep, surrender is simple. Remove what prevents rest. Place hands over heart and belly. Inhale consent, exhale trust. Say, carry me to the holy. You're sharing the weight. For an image, choose a harbor. The boat has been busy. The water within the breakwall is calm. Enter without fanfare. The ropes know their knots. The lamp is a patient moon. Now just float and be mended by stillness. Flaws will be sanded tomorrow. Tonight, floating is the work. For the mind that needs one sentence, use this. Let the river be river, and the banks be banks. For the heart that needs one assurance, use this. You are carried. For the body that needs one instruction, use this. Soften by 1 degree. These 3 are enough to keep the door open. Through that door, the beloved crosses with no sound but the quieting of your breath. Union is not an end point. It is a way of walking that makes every point a place to meet. You will forget, and that is human. Begin again. Beginning again is itself a form of surrender, small, faithful, dignified. You will remember, and that is grace. Be modest. Modesty keeps the lamp trimmed and the floor swept so love has room to work. When we move next into listening as devotion, Sema and the reed, we will let the ear become a whirling dervish without moving, and let music stitch the night with a thread too gentle to break. For now, remain where you are. The lantern is steady. The reed is kind. The breath knows the path. Say your quiet yes, and let the rest be done for you. Night gathers into one gentle ear. The courtyard's edges blur, and what remains is a field of sound wide enough to hold crickets, distant wheels, the settling of a roof, your own breath stitching in and out. Sema means listening, but not the narrow kind that hunts for facts. It is listening with the whole heart, the way soil listens to rain, absorbing without argument, receiving without a plan. In this listening, love does the speaking, and you discover there was a choir here all along. The reed flute, once a living stalk, is now a hollowed instrument. Its song, born from emptiness, remembers its past, teaching us that our own empty spaces can be instruments for the beloved's breath. Begin in comfort. Attend to nearby sounds, then distant ones. Sema embraces all, a meadow for life. Hearing is a rotation, not a fix. Let awareness turn slowly, greeting each direction. North, crickets. East, breath. South, water's memory. West, deep hush. One revolution reveals hearing's vastness. Treat thoughts as sounds. A mind voice, like a ticking pipe, is just closer. Its authority softens, blending into the choir, with silence as the conductor. Silence needs space, not a baton. Listening involves body and mind. If divine names feel close, braid them into breath. Ya, inhale, who, exhale. If distant, let rhythm anchor you. Holding an object grounds wavering attention. Touch guides hearing. Each bead a dock, each sip a now bell. Practical ergonomics for the soul. Sema teaches proportion. Drama fades when sounds aren't self-centered. A door, a laugh, a sigh. You simply listen, releasing ownership. Welcome music like a dervish, no demands. Let melody polish, not paint. When it ends, silence is a wider key the heart still plays. Listening also belongs to words. Read poetry aloud, then hear the room answer. The echo settles, meaning, reaching where prose cannot. Poetry is compact Dhikr. When heaviness weighs, lengthen your exhale. The nervous system permits rest. Tears work. If the ear feels fogged, it's weather. Shorten horizons. Hear breath, and 4 inches around it. Then widen incrementally. Both narrowing and widening are heard prayers. Listening carries an ethic. Rooms with a listener become kinder. Conversations gain accuracy. You answer the sentence beneath the sentence, reducing friction. Bring this practice into daylight. Give each threshold a sound. Keys mean return to breath. The kettle's hiss means receive. A door latch means enter kindly. Ordinary noises become muezzins, calling the heart awake gently. The day learns to chant itself toward gentleness. If measuring progress, let it be softness. An easier jaw, a finished exhale, more inhabitable rooms, less urge to decorate silence. These aren't trophies, but signs that the reed within you accepts its hollows, trusting the breath that finds them. When the ear tires, picture a lake at night. Wind creates silver scales, then leaves a smooth black ribbon carrying the moon. The lake remains itself. Listening is like that. Activity or stillness, song or hush, your nature is to receive without losing shape. Conclude with gratitude. Bow to senses, night, and the friend. Dedicate your listening to those in need. It finds them by tone. If sleep calls, don't resist. Let Sema simplify to one breath hearing another. The ear will vigil effortlessly, like a lighthouse. Trust you'll wake or sleep as needed. Both acts of obedience to a love guiding you home. When we move to the closing blessing, we will not add anything new. We will let all of this read and whirl, names and stories, union, and the soft science of listening settle like warm bread on a table meant for many. For now, remain a little while longer in the broad ear of the night. Let what is outside continue. Let what is inside continue. Do nothing to supervise either. The Beloved knows this music by heart, and you are being carried in time. The night has done its careful work. The courtyard is mostly breath and the faintest memory of a reed. What remains now is kindness without instruction, an ease that appears when you stop supervising yourself. Rest is not a prize for perfection. Rest is the nature of a body allowed to be a body. You are allowed. Let the room become simpler by 1 degree. Whatever is bright may dim. Whatever is sharp may round. The bed is a small shore, and the blanket is a quiet tide. You do not need to reach for sleep. You allow sleep to reach for you, the way a harbor reaches for a boat that has finally turned toward home. Place one hand on the heart and one on the belly. This is the grammar of being carried. Inhale a small consent. Exhale a larger trust. On the inhale, love arrives without being summoned. On the exhale, love remains without being managed. There is nothing to prove. There is nothing to fix. There is only this place that has always known how to hold you. Let thoughts pass like travelers at a station you don't own. You are the quiet platform where everything passes, nothing detained. Gather the threads of our journey, a shawl of kindness, the reed's song, the hand that gives and receives, the soft names, the lover's stories, the union that loosens but doesn't lose, the listening that sanctifies. Each thread warms you. A small gratitude spiral can tidy the day. Thank your body, the seen and unseen helpers, and all beings by their common name. Let gratitude be brief, real, and timely. If regret stands in the doorway, offer it tea. Ask what repair is owed. Promise tomorrow's possible, and stop. Regret quiets with a job and a time. If fear arrives, show it the lamp. Tell it the shift is over. The heart knows what matters. Fear respects clear hours, returning in daylight if it must, not needing the night. Bless the aching places with presence, a hand, a breath, a soft here. The body understands, sets down its bundle, less alone. If the mind seeks an image, offer one needing no guarding, a wide field under a plain moon, a brook speaking to stones, a bakery at dawn. These are not escapings, but the room remembering its proportion. Let the turn continue, inside, even in stillness. Palm up receives, palm down gives. A lamp in the chest keeps its covenant. This gentle orbit keeps love moving, hoarding nothing. Even sleep is given and received. If wakefulness lingers, make it honest. Breathe in 4s, out in 6s, then naturally. Whisper a couplet. What you seek is seeking you. Love is the bridge between you and everything. You need not remember the words, only walk the bridge already underfoot. Think of those you carry. Offer them rest, not tying yourself to their weather. May they be safe, at ease, their rooms more inhabitable. Release them to the night that carries you. Love trusts the dark's work. Think also of the difficult. Offer them the minimum for a whole village, clarity to do less harm, rest to choose better. Let your chest unclench without pretending simplicity. Forgiveness is a broom, clearing the floor for morning's offerings. If dreams come, let them borrow the house and return the furniture as found. Dreams are masked visitors. They don't own the stage. If a quiet midnight moment lifts you, drink water, feel the glasses cool, and return to the pillow's shore. Begin again lightly. The friend never counted starts. A blessing, soft and particular. May your breath remember the name, your bones be heavier than worry, lighter than shame. May your room be a harbor with an easy lamp. May your sleep mend and find you willing at dawn. May those who need what you carry meet it tomorrow in ordinary forms, not thinking to say thank you. And still, may they be blessed. Now let the last small noises space themselves far apart, like lanterns down a long street. Let the day fold once, twice, 3 times, until it is the size of a handkerchief you tuck into your pocket for morning. Let the ocean of mercy take back its waves, leaving the beach smooth and unargued. Let the mirror remain clear, without your help. You have done enough for now. This is the Sleep Story Temple, where stories become medicine, and ancient wisdom carries you into deep rest. The medicine has taken. The wisdom asks nothing further. The lantern lowers itself. The reed sets down its line. The room becomes the simplest word we know for love. Home. All is well in what is real.